Let's talk about a critical, kind of weird flaw in how most of us operate. We are obsessed with protecting our money, right? But we are shockingly careless with the things that are truly, truly valuable. And no, this isn't about finances, this is about the actual currency of your life. And how, right now, we're probably just letting it slip right through our fingers.
I mean, really think about it for a second. We guard our bank accounts like hawks. We budget, we hunt for deals, we agonize over a big purchase. But what about our life, our time, our focus? Do we give them that same level of respect? Or do we just let them drain away on things that don't really matter, without even a second thought?
This quote just nails the whole paradox perfectly. We are misers with our money, but careless with our lives. It's wild, isn't it? We hoard our pennies, but we'll give away our most precious, non-renewable resources to literally any distraction that comes along. It's this strange, quiet irony that just drains the value out of our days. Okay, so, to fix this, we need a pretty radical shift in how we see things. We have to completely redefine what wealth actually means. Because it's not about the money or the status. It's about three, let's call them true currencies, that are the real bedrock of a quality life. So, first up, time. This is the big one. It's the ultimate non-renewable resource. Once a minute is gone, it is gone forever. You can't earn it back. It's the container for everything else you could possibly do or feel or experience.
Next, we have energy. This is your life force, you know? Your mental and emotional bandwidth. And without it, time is pretty much useless. It's the fuel that actually lets you engage with the world, to create things, to connect with people, to just feel alive.
And finally, attention. Think of this as your focus. It's the director of your energy. And here's the key. Wherever your attention goes, your life goes. It's easily the most powerful and targeted currency that you have. So here it is. This is the fundamental choice we're all facing. Society is screaming at us to chase that left column. Money, possessions, status. But a life of real meaning, true wealth, is built from how we invest the stuff on the right. Our time, our energy, and our attention. Honestly, the most powerful change you can make is just shifting your focus from that left column to the right. All right, so recognizing our true wealth is step one. But step two is learning how to protect it. Because believe me, these currencies are under assault 24/7. So to guard them, we need a real strategy. We need to build these strong inner filters, we could call them clear personal boundaries, to decide what gets in and what stays out. And this is exactly why we need those filters, because the world is absolutely full of people who have plans for you. They want you to help them climb their ladder, and they often don't stop to think if that ladder is even leaning against the right wall for you. The real danger isn't that we'll consciously choose to waste our lives, it's that we'll just let other people choose for us day by day, trading on precious time for their priorities. So how do we build these filters? Well, it's basically a three-step process. First, you've got to learn to distinguish what's truly important from what's merely urgent. The urgent is always loud, always screaming for your attention, but the important stuff is what actually moves your life forward. Second, you have to become a sort of detective of agendas, learning to spot when someone else's priorities are trying to disguise themselves as your own. And third, once you have that knowledge, you have to define your inner boundaries. These become your non-negotiables, your personal rules for how you will and, just as importantly, will not spend your life.
And this brings us to what is probably the most difficult, but also the most essential skill in protecting your focus. See, it's one thing to have boundaries, but it's a whole other thing to actually enforce them. And that takes mastering the art of saying no.
Now here is the critical distinction. Saying no to the obvious junk, mindless scrolling, pointless meetings, that's the easy part. The real test of focus is saying no to gold. It means turning down good opportunities, exciting projects, appealing invitations, all because they distract from your greatest opportunity. That's what real discipline is. That's the essence of focus. We have this so backwards. We tend to see discipline as this cage that restricts our passion, but it's the total opposite. Discipline is the protective fence you build around your passion. It's what guards the things you care about from the constant stampede of everyone else's demands, and it creates the safe space your passion needs to actually grow. So, this all brings us right back around to the big takeaway. It loops directly back to where we started. If time, energy, and attention are your true wealth, then you have to start acting like it. You need to spend your life with the same care and attention that you would with some priceless, irreplaceable treasure, because that's exactly what it is. So, what does this look like day to day?
First, become a miser with your attention. Guard it like it's your most valuable asset. Spend your life with intention, not just by default. And maybe most importantly, you have to accept the liberating truth that you just can't do everything. Real freedom isn't having endless options. It's having the clarity to choose what actually matters and then having the courage to ignore all the rest.
So I'll just leave you with this question. This isn't about money or achievements, it's about meaning. When your life is spent, and it will be, what will you have bought with it? When you look back at how you invested your time, your energy, and your attention, what will it all have been worth?